Hey gang, it's Kara and Dobie Joe, the sleeping dog, the sleeping beauty. Today we are going to work on page 35, 12 bar blues in the key of A. Okay, now what that means basically, 12 bars. Bar is a word that's synonymous with the word measure. Okay, so when you look at this piece, 1, 2, 3, 4, you've got 4 measures across the first line, second line, and third line for a total of 12 measures. Okay, so 12 bars being 12 measures that repeat the same chord progression over and over again. Let's see, what else do we say here? Play along with this song with me online, as you are right now, or with your own instructor. Something that you might suggest to your own instructor too is, let me help her itch this right now, is if you have worked through all the way up to page 35 where we are right now, and you've hit pieces of pages or whatever that have been a little tough for you, maybe get your instructor to write out some more exercises along the same line. Hey, you're going to leave me so soon? Story of my life. Anyway, get your instructor to write you out a few more exercises before you move on to the next page. You might think that might be helpful. Anyway, let's jump on this song. I say that you've got a new chord here. It's really, really easy because you already know your A chord. When you play your A7 chord, you just lift up that middle finger and expose the G string to give it a bluesier sound. Okay, so here's your A chord that you already know. Okay, and here's the A7. Okay, a little bluesier sounding. All right. Let's go ahead and play our tablature first, shall we? I'm not going to use the metronome right off the bat. I'm going to try to keep a nice steady tempo for you, not too slow, not too fast. Well, how about like about 1 and 2, 3, 4? Okay. All right. I'm going to count us off and let's try it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second line. Two, 3, 4. Now you can either repeat that or go to that little measure that's below it for a nice clean ending. All right, so at that tempo, that's about where I want you to be right now. Let's go ahead and play it one more time a lot slower. Let's see if we can get our metronome to work here. I'm going to set this metronome on about 100. It's kind of quiet. I'm not running it through the speaker, so I don't know that you can hear it, but you can keep in time with me as I play it. Okay, 1 and 2. That's not going to be any slower. How about there? 1 and 2, 3. Yeah, let's take it there. Okay, 1 and 2, 3, 4. It's going to be much easier for you. Don't forget that these are down ups. Down, up, down, down, down. Second line. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now the suggested strumming pattern for this, and it's a strumming pattern that I think tends to sound a little bluesier than a down, down, up, down, down, up pattern, is just a straight 1, 2, 3, 4, and down, 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 up. Okay, I'll show you what I mean at this tempo, which is way down there around 84. That's how fast we're going to try these chords. Now remember, always, it's most important to keep this right hand working on the rhythm and moving constantly instead of having it stop every time the left hand struggles. Okay? The left hand, the fretting hand, needs to learn to keep up with this guy. This guy doesn't need to learn to slow down every time this guy fumbles. Okay? So even if you have some weird sounding open stringed strums, trust me on this and go ahead and keep that right hand going, all right? Your left hand's going to learn to keep up with the right hand, all right? Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 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 a 7, 2, 3, 4, and D, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one single A strum to end the song, okay? All right, now you should be able to go back and play the tablature along with me, as well as when I'm playing the tablature, practice your chord progressions, all right? And likewise, when I'm playing the chords, you play the tablature. When I'm playing the tablature, you play the chords, that kind of thing. Now remember, if you're still having trouble getting from your A chord to your D chord, and likewise your A7 chord to your E chord, anytime you have a chord change in a song, take a look at those two chords back to back and analyze any difficulty you might be having, because back here on page 73, and this is the rough draft of the book, but back here on page 73, and I bet I can't hold that to where you can see it, remember you've got all those little boxes when you could write the date in and record how fast or how slowly you're making those changes without missing a beat. That's going to enable you to keep track of your progress. So please don't forget to do that. That's, at this point in the game, it's really, really, really important that you practice breaking down these chord changes. You might want to go all the way back to page 34. Well, that's not so far back, but you might want to go back to page 34, page 32, and practice those chord changes on those pages, all right? Anytime you work through a book, you need to always go back and review other pages. If you have one page that is really, really difficult for you, you need to do it every time you play. Practice, practice, practice that. Okay, gang, let's go ahead and close this lesson off for today. Let me know via social network and all that kind of stuff. Find me on Facebook or wherever, however you're finding me. Let me know if you're having any questions about any of these things. I want to be there for you. The next lesson we're going to do will be page 36, and that is a song that the otherwise absent Beagle Hound, Dobie Joe, wrote. It's my fantasy that, this is you're living in my little fantasy world right now where my dog does my laundry and writes songs for me to put in books. So anyway, I will see you the next time when we tackle Chewy Box by Dobie Joe. Please practice hard for me, and please be patient with yourself. I'll see you next time. Thanks so much.